Hello and welcome back. Today I want to do a quick little, slightly over a 1-year update on the HP LaserJet Pro 400 color M451dn Color Laserjet Printer. It's been a little over a year, and it's time actually to change out the black cartridge. And so I'm going to do that for you today, and just run through a few things here about the printer over the course of the last year. So the first thing I got to do is I got to pull it out to change the printer cartridge. Or the toner. And so the configuration that I've been using the printer in has been a network configuration, which has been on my hardwired home network. If we look at the menu here, and you can see there's a question mark right now where it was telling me that black is very low. Okay, so let's run a quick menu status up here and look at the reports menu. And we're going to do a supply status report. We're going to print the supply status report. And so you can see exactly what the usage has been and what the report is coming out of the printer after a year. So with this in hand, we can see that the black is sitting at, it's actually not even registering at all, other than just being very low. 60% left on the cyan. 50% on the magenta, 50% on the yellow. This also tells you the approximate number of pages printed. So on the black, out of the cartridge that came with it, about just a little under 1,200 pages, and 782 on the cyan, 782 on the magenta, 782 on the yellow. It's not surprising because if you're using the color, it's usually going to run with all of them. It's interesting that the cyan is just slightly ahead of the other two. So I guess I was printing far less blue shades than other colors, but okay, that's fine. And the serial number of the cartridges. What's interesting on the what I think is interesting in the report is it does actually give you the model number of the cartridge. So if you want to go into your favorite office supply store and need to pick up your cartridges to refill, you can take this report with you, and you've got the exact model number of the cartridges that you need to get. However, there is one exception here, like this, for example, here in the black. This shows 305A. Which certainly does work, but there's another option. HP also makes the 305X, which is the extended life cartridge. It's supposed to have approximately twice as much toner in it to last about twice as long. For about 20 bucks more, I think it's certainly a worthwhile upgrade if you're going to be paying for a new toner cartridge, since the toner cartridges go for about 100 bucks. And so now the next thing we're going to do, now that you've seen my 1-year usage report and summary, is to go ahead and change out the toner cartridge. And so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and turn the printer off. And just let that power down. Then we're going to come back around to the back side of the printer. And I'm going to disconnect the power cable as well as the network cable. And then with the power unplugged, we're going to come back around to the front of the printer. And we're going to open up the front door here, and there's a blue lever here that's going to extend out the tray. So now from this tray, you can see we've got our cartridges here. We got our black in front, yellow is all the way in the back. And so now you can see we're going to replace the black cartridge here. And so now let's go ahead and unbox the extended toner cartridge. So now with a paper towel here and the toner cartridge, you may want to be able to grab a plastic or a latex glove to protect your hands while you're going through this process here. As we open up the extended toner cartridge and break the seals, out comes our toner cartridge here, as well as there should be a set of instructions in here, just in case you're not sure how to go about this process, but I'll be showing you on camera here. And so now with the bubble wrap all around this cartridge to protect it here, you're going to need to get a knife or something to be able to cut this with. But there is a perforation here that if you're able to, you can pull it on the perforation and then open it up by hand, just like I'm doing here on camera. And then as we get the toner cartridge out, you can see there's the obvious bright orange temporary pieces here that are meant for shipping that have to get removed. So we'll go ahead and remove the orange here, as well as there's a strip here that we're going to pull out. This is where a paper towel or a glove might be useful because there's toner on the strip. So rather than damaging my coffee table here, I'm just going to have that. And now all you have to do is drop this cartridge into the printer. So now we're going to take the old cartridge, and this is going to come right out like that. I'm going to set it down on a piece of paper here to protect the carpet. And then we're going to put in the new toner cartridge. In the process of doing this here, make sure you do not touch the green roller. We're going to put this just right in the tray. You can see the 305X fits in here just fine. And so you've got your CMYK, little out of typical order. And with that set up here, just go ahead and slide that tray all the way in. Shut that up here where to connect the power supply. And then on the cartridge that we just took out, as you notice, there's a lot of plastic and consumables here, and there's still a little bit of toner here. You're not going to want to throw this away. You're going to want to find a way to properly dispose of this. Most places that sell toner cartridges will accept these back for returns or refunds, and there's a few of the major vendors that will even give you a small amount of extra reward points for being a good environmental steward and recycling. And so if you're able to get the covers back on that were taken off before, I have to think about this one here just a little bit here to get this right. There we go, and then I'll just take this and put this back into the packaging. I'll just consider that to be trash. Put that back into the cardboard box so that the retailer knows what's being returned so they can properly recycle it. And then we're good to go and feel good about that. And I'll be able to collect a few reward points from the vendor that I purchased that from to keep adding to my account of reward points. It's not a lot, but just enough to make it worthwhile to recycle it. And so then with the printer powered off, we're going to plug our cables back in on the rear. You probably don't actually have to completely unplug it like this, but when I'm doing certain services on it, I just like making sure that everything is disconnected. And so we'll come back around, power this on, and then as it boots up, we're going to run a test page out of here. Over the last year, I've had no problems with paper jams, I've had no problems with the duplexing unit, and it's performed up to my expectations. It's certainly wowed a few people when I've pulled out double-sided prints off my Color Laser Jet, as well as allowing me to save paper, where I can print on both sides easily and cut down certain print jobs in half, which is wonderful. And so I'm saving money on paper. And it's starting off here with a cleaning mode, telling me to load plain letter in tray 1. Let me just go ahead and make sure that tray 1 is this tray here. I'm just going to open and close that right quick. Continue mode, click OK. So now we got our first print job coming out here, and this looks like it's going to be doing a two-sided print. And we'll be able to look at this job here after we change our cartridge. Thank you to everyone in the comments that commented on my previous video. It's meant a lot to me to be able to see all the positive feedback from that. I'm glad to find that informative. And as this continues to clean here, we'll take a look at this here. There we go. And now the next step here is going to be calibrating. So what came out here On one side here we have it actually completely blank. The second side that has the arrow that came up on the reverse. So it's cleaning page with an arrow, and then there's a large black rectangle that extends about a 1/4 inch off of each edge of the page. And it's kind of shiny and reflective here. Maybe you can see that on camera. You can also see some slight banding in that cleaning area. And we got the calibration still going on. The one accessory for this printer that I keep thinking about but I haven't actually bought is the second tray, because you can actually buy, really it'd be tray 3, because the the tip out tray is 1, the normal tray is 2. You can stack a third tray on here if you want to add letterhead or you want to add colored paper or something else. The extra tray here would not be for 11 by 17 or even legal size 11 or 8.5 by 14, but you could do another 8.5 by 11 if you've got letterhead or you like colored paper for whatever you're doing. And so now we're back to ready here, and we got the network address shows up here. Our quick indicators lights are back on, and we're good to go. So I hope you found this useful as a quick 1-year follow-up on this printer, and have a great day. Bye.